and paying for your stuff and just taking it in myself behind closed
Yep.
doors, I notice your belief towards it is very polarizing compared to what other mentors, coaches, and existing agencies would say. So talk to me about that, because you, for one, do a lower retainer model. You focus on the product and the results. So tell me, what are your beliefs towards the whole agency model and what you've been doing?
All right. So I grew up in the Dan Henry space. He'll always get credit for the first person that I wrote a check to. Like, I remember being in Starbucks going, I got nothing else to lose. So I wrote him the check. And that was like 5 or 6 years ago. At that time, the whole thing was curious student into a paid retainer, and then you coast and everything is cool. You just keep it maintaining. Right. And that works. It just becomes like exhausting after a while because you're the one doing it and doing the work, and your ability to get clients is based upon your ability to go organic and nurture. And honestly, like, unless you're a farmer, you and I both don't have 12 months to rotate around each other. It's like, man, you want to buy my stuff or not? Like, come on, Amazon style. Let's get this out of the house, right? And so I probably spent too much time trying to figure out why I disliked that curious student organic style. And a lot of it had to do with the fact that I couldn't go ahead and just buy a client. Like, I've always wanted to go to a client store. Like, I need a client today. Like, go to that. And everyone's like, go get a client. I'm like, where's the fucking client store? Like, where's the client store? I don't get it. And like, unlike the bookshelf, where you can go fucking get a book, I was like, where's like a row of clients? And I always had trouble with the idea of like, oh, you just have to get a client store. And I told people that, and I couldn't find a way to act on it for myself. And I did like Chamber of Commerce meetings and posting on your personal profile and like having a soap opera sequence, but it never felt like on demand that I wanted to. Like, I could go on Amazon and buy a washer and dryer today, or a walking treadmill, or anything like today, right? Where could I go buy a client? And after, I would say 2 or 3 weeks of like walking around my building, trying to say like, okay, there's got to be a fucking way to do this, I said, all right, I'm gonna start advertising online. And at that time, and this is probably like year 2 in my agency journey, the way you advertise, get clients, was you got a custom list, shove them to Facebook, hope they didn't bang you for a half second. And then the ad was like attention getting, like wild wavy hands. And then it said, are you sick and tired of blah, blah, blah? Try our new USP system with a cool name on it. You know what I'm talking about, right? Like,
yeah, of course.
It's standard copyright 101. Like, everything you hate, nothing you enjoy, all the good stuff come on board, right?
Yeah.
And I ran those ads, and those ads were like, what if you could add $30,000 a month to your business in 90 days? How would that transform your business for the better? Something like that. And the problem is that it worked. Like, I ran those ads and they worked. The challenge is that you have to spend an hour and a half on somebody that's got no money, and then sell them really hard, and then risk reversal and warranty, knowing that in 30, 45, 60 days, they're going to fuck it up so bad that they blame you. That was the ecosystem. So I bounced back and forth between like, hey, they're going to follow me for like 8, 12, 10 months, and then I'll make an offer, and then they say, okay, and they're happy no matter what. Or I advertise directly and get an unhappy client, knowing that they're going to 30, 45, 60 days. And it didn't matter how good your CSM was. It didn't matter how good your fulfillment system was. It was them, and it was the ad that they came on board with. So that kind of threw me for a tussle for maybe like a year or so.